start the recording now. And then we are going to get started. I want number 3. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to access SnagIt and SnagIt editor. So I'm going to go basically from the beginning for anyone that had never used this before. Some of you may be power users, but I kind of want to give everybody the chance to get caught up on what we're doing. So there's a couple of different ways to access SnagIt. If you already have a hotkey set for print screen, that's one way to get to it. Or you can actually use the program itself. So to find that, you're just going to click in your start here to search, or you can go through your list of programs to look for it. It is under TechSmith because it is a TechSmith program. So under TechSmith, you will have SnagIt here, or you can just type in SnagIt and you'll come up with the SnagIt application. So either way that you want to access this is fine. And it looks like this. So let's look at this. This first little tab here, and remember, if you have questions, please stop me and let me know. So this first screen right here is an all-in-one. So if you do use a hotkey, whatever this is set to is what you're going to get. So if you, I have print screen set to the hotkey, and the easy way to do this is you just click in this box and type the button, and type the button that you want to be your hotkey. So I already have it set to print screen. So whenever I hit print screen, that is going to activate the print screen feature. Either I could do a, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I could either do a video or just a screen cap because I have all-in-one selected. And then we have these different options here: preview and editor, which you want, copy to clipboard, that's for any screen caps, caps or cursor, if you want the cursor to be included in your video. If you want people to be able to follow your cursor, you want that. This 5-second delay, I don't use the 5-second delay. I just like to go. So well, that might be pertaining to the fire drill. I hope not. So, oh gosh, I feel so bad. Okay. Training will fall in a bin. There we go. So if you have image selected, the only thing you'll be able to do is an image. If you have video selected, when you do your hotkey, you'll be able to do just the a video. So if you use this one, if you always use the SnagIt program, then you, of course, can move between these guys. And you have your different settings. Any settings that you set here, but then don't use this program to capture anything, you just use your hotkey, that will retain in that hotkey settings. So image, I can copy this to the clipboard. It's not necessary because it automatically goes into the editor. I can capture the cursor. I don't need to. It's almost better that you have this cursor off, because if your cursor is like right over where the focal point of your image, you don't want your cursor covering that, because then you got to move your cursor, take the image again. So you almost want to leave that off for images. For videos, if you do videos where you are constantly moving the mouse, giving direction on how to do something, you kind of want them to track that cursor. I have a question in the chat that's asking how to find this, the 2018 TechSmith, and everybody has a different version. So in order to find that, you're gonna just click on your type here to search, and then type in SnagIt, and SnagIt will come up, and just click on it, and it'll open this program.
Yeah, mine's not opening that box.
It's not opening this box.
Correct.
I'm wondering if 2018 might be, so if you click on the start button and you scroll down to the T's in TechSmith.
That's all right. You can keep going. I'll see if I can keep finding it.
Well, Linda,
Okay.
mine was doing that earlier, and I was clicking on the editor instead of the actual SnagIt itself. And somebody did come and update mine, but I think there's two different SnagIt like apps that you have to click on. One of them will pull that up of the 2018.
So you want you want the SnagIt,
not the editor.
SnagIt editor. Yeah, you want SnagIt, and I will show you at the end. If it's for a MCC device, you can put in a ticket to have SnagIt updated to the latest version. Also, if you want this for home use, for on personal devices, you can request the license key. I'm going to show you where you can go to find that information. But if you just look for TechSmith and find SnagIt 2023, 2018, I believe, has the same box. It may not look exactly like it, but it should look similar. And again, you can stay after the video, and we can do a screen share, or after the presentation, we can do a screen share and see what's going on. So again, we have the all-in-one, the image, and the video. So again, whichever one you have selected here, if you use the hotkey and you're on image, the only thing you're going to be able to do is take an image. If you have, again, with video, if the only thing you have is video selected and you use that hotkey, all you're going to be able to do is take a video. That's why I like the all-in-one, because with the all-in-one, when you hit that print screen button, it gives you an option. Do you want to take a picture? Do you want to record a video? And so you have the option at that time to select what it is you would like to do. And I have a guide that if you want the guide, just email me and I'll send you the guide. Using the hotkey. Okay, so one way, like I said, there was two ways to take a video or an image. One way is to actually find SnagIt, open the program, and use this capture button. If I wanted to capture an image, I would click on image and select capture. If I wanted a video, that seems to me, it's what's the best is the least amount of mouse clicks. And this is a lot of mouse clicks just to take an image, a picture of something. So I don't want to have to go to SnagIt, open it up, click on the image, click on capture. Least amount of mouse clicks is what I strive for. So this is, again, the main program. So I'm going to leave this at all-in-one, and I'm going to go ahead and, well, I can just click on capture here. And I don't know if you guys see the crosshairs on my screen. It may be.
We do.
Not. Oh, you do. Beautiful. Yay. So here's these crosshairs. So I can select what it is that I want to take an image of. Now, if you notice, here's what I was talking about. I can choose image. I can choose to take a video in this tiny little area. Or with this one, I can choose panoramic scrolling, and I'll show you that later. I can also redo the selection, so it takes me back to those crosshairs, and then I can do a bigger selection. Of course, when you do this crosshairs, you don't need to redo that selection because you can just grab these sizing handles and size it to however you want. So if I wanted a smaller selection, I can just resize these. I don't have to go back and say, no, that's not, this is the size I want. But, you know, you have the option to do that redo selection. And of course, here's my close. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to close this program right now. So that is closed. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my hotkey button, which is the print screen. So when I hit hotkey, it comes up with those same crosshairs right here that I can then select to take this and then a picture or a video. So I didn't have to open the program in order to take that screenshot. I just had to hit my hotkey button and it comes up right away. I use this all the time. I mean, and sometimes I accidentally hit it and I'm like, ah, get out of here. But yeah, it's very easy to use the hotkey button. So now let's talk about, so this is going to lead me into the editor. So as soon as I say capture an image, it's going to open up the editor. And then this is the editor. So now what I want to do, now that I've shown you the editor for an image, and you can see this is the image that I took, I also want to show you what it's like when you take a video. So if I highlight this and I click on video, hopefully you guys can see this. I have the red record button here. I turned off my webcam. I can have my webcam on. I don't think it'll let me. Let me close this and turn off the video for Zoom. And then I'm going to do this again. Highlight this. I'm going to do video. So now the video camera should grab me, and it's not because it might be set to the wrong one. Let's try this one. There we go. So now you can see me in the corner. And as I'm doing this video, I will be recorded also. I usually don't do that because this goes out to lots and lots and lots of people, and I get stage fright. So here is my webcam, so I'll turn that off, and then let me go back and turn this back on so you guys can see me. And I'll do it. See how easy that hotkey button is for just doing this very quickly and a lot. So here I am. I have, if I wanted to record a video on my computer for playback to someone else, I can turn on the system audio recording, which means it would record the sounds on my computer. I don't normally do that because it's usually me just talking. Here's my microphone. I know that it is picking up my voice because it has that green bar showing it. This is the size of the canvas that I'm using. Now, I am in the record a video, but if I think I made a mistake and I just want a picture, it also gives me the option to say, no, I just want a picture instead. Again, I have that redo selection and I have that cancel. So I'm going to go ahead and record. And if you notice this over here, this is the little help, the help drawing tools. It's called help something. And of course, now I've forgotten what it's called, where you can draw arrows, you can draw a box, and you can do numbers on the screen. You just have to select these as you go. So I'm going to hit record. It's going to give me a 3, 2, 1. You are recording. And so what I can do is grab the square, make a square, and then I can grab the arrow and point to her little ear. And then I can do a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. And so that's all recording. So I'm going to stop. It's going to process and it's going to bring it right into the editor for me, where I can play and I turn that off. It's going to show you exactly what you did. And now you can either, if you're happy with it, you can, I'm getting ahead of myself, just send it to somebody. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it on screencast, and send it to somebody that way. How am I doing on time? I'm doing very good on time. So we talked about the hotkey, the toolbar. I want to go over really quick before we go into the editor in depth. I mentioned earlier that there was a panoramic view. I kind of want to show you that. So if I go to MiraCosta, so on the MiraCosta website, it's pretty long. So if you wanted to send a screen cap of an entire website to somebody, that the information you wanted to show a little bit of information up here, but you also wanted to show information below the frame of your monitor. So how you do that is you use the panoramic view. So right now I'm in full screen mode, which means it's the marching ants. If you learned about marching ants, then you know what I'm talking about. So the frame that's going all the way around my monitor is called marching ants. So you see them marching there. I'm going to click here. And here is my toolbar. And this is the panoramic scrolling image, which means once I start, I'm going to be able to scroll down this page, and it's basically going to take a screenshot of everything and give me one image. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to pull this over, and this says start. And again, it gives me the option to redo selection. Of course, if I needed to redo selection, I can just come over here and grab my sizing handles and redo that. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit start here. And then I'm going to start scrolling. And if you notice right here, it's picking up everything that I'm scrolling through. And then once I'm done, I'm going to hit stop. It's going to process that capture, and it's going to pop it into editor. And so here is an image of that entire page. I've used this many, many times when I need to grab something. Oh, that's interesting. It grabbed the stop bar. I never noticed that. Probably because I had it on the other monitor. So this is going to give me, these three images are going to give me the tools I need to be able to talk about the editor. Any questions so far about SnagIt? Beautiful. Okay. And again, if you do have a question, just interrupt me. I know I'm going fast, but I only have 45 minutes to get out all this information. And this is such a powerful program. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so let's look at this toolbar right here. This toolbar right here. This is your main toolbar. These have the most used tools on them. So we have an arrow, which we can point to different things. We have text where we just click or we highlight an area, and then we can add text. Oh, that's very small. That's very small. Let me copy that and then let me make it 96. Oh, I forgot the T. That's okay. You kind of get it. And I can move this around. Let's say I want it down here. So you could see it a little more. Now, one thing I do want to show you is every one of these items that I am putting in here has its own properties, if you will. So I can come over here and I can change this to purple and white, green and white, yellow and white. I can do an outline. That's like gold. Let's do red. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So I can do any color in here that I want. Because we have our own properties for just about everything. So I'm going to do red. Oh, this is on the wrong one. Okay. So let's see if I can change it. It was popping back for some reason. I think I have to hit enter for it to, I want black. I want black. Leave it there. Okay. So then that should, there we go. That should stay now. So now I have my test, my text. It was supposed to be text, not test. So my arrow, if I click on that, that gives me different options for an arrow. If I do a call out, I use these. Oh my goodness, I use these so much. My call outs, so many different options for call outs. It has a call out for everything, just about everything. And this has basic industrial. I don't think I've ever used industrial before. See, there's just so much. And I tell everybody every time I give a training, I learn something new. So this is a shape. These are the different shapes that we have. Let me go back to basics. So we have rectangle, circle, rounded rectangle, solid, filled in. We have polygon, different shapes, but we have different ways of doing things up here with these themes and everything. And right down here, we can change the thickness. So it's just so much that you can do with these different things. And there's just so many things to do. You have your steps. Again, your steps have different ways of doing things. Fill. Oh, you can fill in an area. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, so let me talk about this more button. This more button has even more things that you can do. Just know that every single thing that you have in here has its own property box. So you can modify everything. Now, let's say you're not a fan of the tools that are up here. Let's say you're not going to use the stamp, you're not going to use the fill. You can customize that toolbar. So right down here, I'm going to click on customize toolbar. And I don't want stamp to be up here. I don't want fill to be up here, but I want the, let's say I want the step to be up there. I'm going to put the step right up there. Let's say I want the magic wand to be up here. And I can edit this to however I want. Let's say I want highlighter to be up here. Let's say step is the one I use most often. So I want it at the front. Text, I don't use that often. So I'm going to move that to the back. So you have complete control how you want this toolbar to be. So there's my arrows. And I believe these boxes right up here say, this is how much space you have. And then once you're done, you can hit done. If you don't like it, you can hit cancel. You can also restore to default. So this is the default. And I moved step, I think up here is the only one that I moved up there. But you can move these around however it is that you want them to be. You have your undo button. So let's say I want to undo that and undo that. I don't know what I'm undoing now. Oh, the numbered thingies. That it is.
I don't see the undo on mine. I see it clearly on yours and I'm in my editor, but it's not showing up on mine. Is there a different place it would be?
You also have it under edit, and you can also use the keyboard shortcut Control Z as in zebra. Control C will undo anything that you've done.
Control Z, you said?
Z is in zebra.
Yeah, under my edit, you can go back, revert to original, but it doesn't just say like go back one.
If you have not done anything that would cause an undo to happen, you may not see that undo. So you have to kind of do things. So on this one, I haven't done anything yet. So these are grayed out, and under edit, these are grayed out. So as soon as I do something though, then I have that undo here and I have the undo here. But you have to do something in order for it to be undone.
Yeah, I see it now. Thank you.
Beautiful. Awesome. No problem. Ask if you don't see something or you're lost. Don't try to figure it out while you're trying to listen at the same time. I know that doesn't work for me, so I'm always hyper aware about that for others. So we talked about the toolbar, the different tools that are easy to use, and they're very cool. It's very quick, very easy. I know some people use the snipping tool, and it's okay, but you know, when you want to draw like and this is the snipping tool. Oh, that's kind of confusing. There we go. So this is the snipping tool toolbar. So you can draw, try and draw an arrow. I'm not very good at drawing, but it's so much better in go away. In here, okay, come on. Oh, there we go. To do that, I think that took a snip of that. Okay, oh, this is a good example. So I set there are times when I do need to use the snipping tool. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there are times that I have used the snipping tool, and I set it up to where any snip that I do gets imported into editor so I can edit it. This is one of those instances. This was a snip from the snipping tool, and I don't need it anymore. So I'm kind of jumping ahead just a little bit. So right here, if I hover over this thumbnail, I get an X in the top corner, and it's very easy to delete things out of your recent list just by hitting that X. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about that. So what I want to go to next is how to save an image. So I did a lot of kind of weird edits here. I want to talk about saving now and moving items around on the page. You just have to click on them, move them around to where you want them. Everything is quick and easy to move around. I really like this program. Okay, so let's look at the file button. So in the file button, there's only a couple of things I want to look at. You can save this as a JPEG on your computer. If you want to send it out to somebody, you can also right click on the thumbnail and go to open file location. Now, the file location is kind of buried. It's on this PC and the C drive under users, under my name, under OneDrive, under SnagIt. So I can either, find it really quickly by right clicking, go to open file location, and then I can just drag this to my desktop. So if I just drag this to the desktop, now I have that on, it can't because why? Oh, probably because I'm working in it. You have to copy and paste to the desktop. You can't drag because it's right now open in the file editor. But what you can do is file location. You can cut this. You can cut it from here and place on here. And then it's not going to let me because it's doing something weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Probably because the way I brought it in, it could be a panoramic, and that's the reason why it's not working. So I could go right to here and do a file save as, and then select my desktop and save it this way. You better let me save. Okay, good. So at that point, it created a duplicate. Do you see down here? That's probably why it wasn't saving. Sometimes I have seen this happen where it just gets, and it's not often, of course, it had to happen right now, but it's not often where it won't let me save it the way I did. Because what I normally do is right click, open file location, grab the file, change the name, cut it, and then move it to where I want it to go. But of course, you could always do just a simple save as, like I just did, and save it in the location that you want as an PNG, or as a GIF, or as a JPEG. Okay, let's look at, was that what I wanted to go over? Yes. Okay, and then I skipped the edit, and then let's go to image. So in image, we have effects called frames. So if I go to border, I have these different borders that I have access to. So I can do like this, different borders for images. Oh, I don't want to flatten. I can make it really thick or really thin. I should be able to change the color. Oh, that's a pretty color. Oh yeah, got to keep that one. And of course I clicked off of it, so it went away. We can change the edges. If you, I don't know if you could see that. Let me go in. Okay, that's good. Let me go to edges. So if you notice, it kind of crinkles the edges. That's pretty cool. I can go to flat edges. I have different edges in here, so it changes. I can make them bigger. Ooh, that's cool. You just have to hit apply for that to go through, and then that is the edge. So that's only one edge. So there's just so much different things to play with. You can spend hours in here. We can trim. Let me go back out. I think if I hold down control or something, it will fit to trim. Okay. If we do trim, yeah, I hate to constantly just go through these different things, but that's really all this is going through these different things and looking at these things. Let's do was there one? Oh, the rotate one. I thought the rotate one was pretty cool. I gotta flatten it, I guess. So you can rotate it so then it goes out on its side, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. Let's talk about sharing. So screencast is like it's almost like YouTube for videos or OneDrive for images. You can share from screencast with a share link. You can also send this to Camtasia if you created a video, or if you have a bunch of videos that you want to put, or a bunch of images you want to put into a video, you just do that. then you can do it in, I learned this the other day. I had taken a picture that I needed to put into a Word doc, and I think I accidentally hit share and I saw this word and I was like, what? So the document that's open is document 1. I haven't saved it yet. It's all my notes on what I'm presenting today. So I can actually just send this over there instead of copying it and pasting it in, which I thought was kind of cool. I can also just create a new document with this in here. And of course, we have all the regular ones: OneDrive, Google, Dropbox, Box, Slack, all those other ones. And then let's look at the view. I think the view is good for like changing the background color of your actual SnagIt. So I'll go to light gray. That's very bright to me right now. So I go to back to the gray. Once you kind of go dark with your applications, it's like the whiteness that you are normally looking at is like way too bright for you now. One thing I did want to talk about as far as image is the oh, and I don't see it there. Maybe it would be, I think I have to have something overlapping, is the arrange. So if I put a shape in here, let's say I want to make this shape solid. I want to do a fill of red, and then I want to put arrows in here, 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 and here. And let's say I want these arrows to be behind the red box. So essentially, I want to arrange these images to be behind the box. And I'm going to go to an image, and there's my arrange, and I'm going to do send backwards. And so now I have that red box with the arrows coming out from behind that box. So under image is the arrange. The arrange is big if you're doing a lot of different things with boxes and stuff. Okay, doing good. I got 5 minutes. Okay, so let's look at using the recent toolbar. Okay, so let's talk about this toolbar right down here. This is your recent toolbar. So anytime you've taken a video or a picture or anything, well, okay, anytime you've taken a video or a picture, because there's really nothing else you could do, it's going to be in this toolbar right down here. And in this toolbar, you can, if you don't want to look at it, you can hide it, and it just minimizes this, and you have this full image, or you can show it. I'm always showing it because I'm always using this for doing trainings and stuff. But also this recent goes along with library. So if I click on the library here, this is going to open up the library, and this was pretty cool. The library has all the files that you have ever done, images or pictures. Or you can just look at all the images. Or you could just look at all the videos. Now, I have upgraded throughout my time, the last couple of years. If I had retained all my images and videos from all the different SnagIts I've had, there would be hundreds in here, which I'm kind of glad I did move out and move to different places, because I've only had 2023 for about 2 months and already have amassed a lot. So here's 20. Oh, I can actually tell you how long I've had it. Oh, I've had it since July. So I kind of like 2.5 months right in there. So this breaks it down by months, years, applications. So these applications are the ones that I take most of my screen caps or videos in. websites. These are the most websites that I take all of my screen caps or videos on. I don't have any tags. I should have tags, but I don't have tags. So this is all in the library. So if I go back to editor, that's going to bring me back here. And then I just continue on. Now I want to talk about really quick this right up here. So this is a copy all, which means it's going to copy the image as it looks. And then if I were to place it, let me come over here, go new, bring this over. If I were to paste it in here, it would look exactly like the image that I captured. I can also share from here. And again, I can click. SnagIt is very big on allowing you or getting to you every program available to share to, which I think is just, it's great. So all you have to do is find the one that you want to save to. Sorry, I keep looking around this. Push that down a little bit. All you have to do is select the area where you want to share to. I don't know. I sort of just let SnagIt handle it and grab it from where I need, unless I'm doing a YouTube video that I edit in Camtasia. That should be my next workshop again, is Camtasia, because these go hand in hand with Camtasia. So I could grab a share link. So it's uploading, and then it's going to pop up right down here, and I'm going to view. This is going to open right here, and it's going to be right here. So now I don't have to share just a link or anything like the actual image. I can grab a link and share this link. So I can just copy this and share it, and or maybe I have to click here. Yeah, sorry. If you copy up here, it may not get to the person because it may come directly from my account, but I can copy this share link. And then if I go into incognito window, remember I'm not signed in to anything, I should just have the image right there without having to share or anything. So if you have a really large image that you want to send to somebody, but it won't fit in email, this is a great way to go. I'm going to close this, and this puts me right back here. Let me minimize this. And so here is this. And then I kind of wanted to look at a video really quick. So we talked about this video. There's not really a whole lot you can do to a video once it's in here. The one thing you can do is you can snip out sections. So let's say I wanted to take out the middle part of this video. So I want this whole section right here to like just be cut out of this video. I don't want anyone to see this part. I can cut that. And so now my video went from, oh, what was it before? Let me undo. So it's 17 seconds. So as soon as I cut this out, it's now 11 seconds. So it basically cut out that whole section right there. I can cut out the end cut. I can go to the beginning and come over and cut. So now I've cut it down to 10 seconds. That's the good thing about SnagIt Editor, is being able to cut out bits and pieces of your video so you can see what's happening. So I can scroll back and say, okay, I want to go back until I get to the 3. I only want those 2. I'm going to cut that out. So now it's going to end right there at the 2. Oh, and it looks like I'm over. I did not leave time for questions and answers. Okay. I was going to show you where you can go to request information, and you know, in my haste and the fire alarm, I don't think I had that set. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in the tick. Yes. And it's in here somewhere. Well, if you would like the information, maybe it's here. It's in here somewhere. I always have a hard, hey, did I find it? I might have found it. No, it's up here. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. If there are questions, as I'm looking for this, does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
I tried to send something that I created into an email and it did perfectly, but then I wanted to send something else I made in that same email. And when I click email up there, when you said share link, it puts it in a completely different email. Is there a way to put them both in one?
Yes. Yes. I'm not finding it. It's in here somewhere. I will find it. If you want it, just let me know and I will find it. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me bring up my editor. Come back over here. I'm gonna click on this first one. I'm gonna hold down my shift key or my control key. Shift if they're right next to each other. So if I wanted to send these three images, these two images, kind of don't want, anyways, if I hold down shift, it's going to grab all three. So adjacent images, you use the shift key. If I wanted this one and then this one right here, I'm going to hold down the control key and then it's going to select non-adjacent images. So I have 1, 2, and then it skips this one, and then 3. So this one is non-adjacent, so I would use that control key, and I would select email, and then all 3, theoretically, not theoretically, should
yeah.
be
So
in
what
that
I was noticing is when I choose one, it embeds it right into the email. When I choose more than one, it puts it at top as a attachment.
attachment.
Right. So there's not a way to embed 2 or 3 without it.
There, an email. So you're not going to be able to use this share. And well, actually, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me do share and let me do email. And we're going to get our first email here, right?
Okay.
So there it is embedded. So now what I can do is go here and copy all, come back here, hit enter a couple of times, and then control V, and it's going to put it in there for me. I know that not ideal, but let me make this smaller so you can actually see. Here, come on, smaller. There we go. We're getting there. So now I should have this. I should have the 2 images in there. I just need to resize this image to fit. But you continue to do this to put them in the email.
So you just copied and pasted the second one in.
Yes. So I went to an image. I came up here and I hit copy all. And it said copied. I brought my email back. I'm going to hit a couple of spaces. It's probably going to go down below because it's huge. And then I can resize it. And all I did was a control V. Now I could have right clicked and hovered over paste and paste it in that way. I'm certain things, I'm a shortcut key gal. So there are certain things that I always use a shortcut key with. I don't normally use the paste options in email. You just Control V or right click paste, and you can continue to just continue to go back and forth and do that. And here's another one. And I can continue on.
That's great. Thanks, Jill. I tried it, it worked. And then my last question was, is there any way to save these as something other than like a PNG or a JPEG? I wanted to see if I could save it as a PDF.
Yes. So if we go to Save As, I can then select PDF right here. Let's see if it works. Save. And that should automatically open my, let's go to the desktop here. No, desktop. And there's my
Yeah,
desktop.
it worked. Okay.
It's a powerful program. I mean, honestly, I hadn't used half the things that I'm talking about right now because I have my little niche of what I do and what I use and how I function in this program. And now I'm learning about all these different things. I tell everybody every time when I do a training, I learn more about the program than when I've used it all this time. So I love doing these trainings because they just help me learn, and your questions help me learn too. The PDF, I didn't know I could do that. I was just, lots of use and doing this for so long, you kind of do the same thing in every program. So any other questions? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I created this really cool little handout of everything that I just went over. It's very unpolished right now, I will say, because I've tried to work on it the last week and a half, but it's been chaotic over here. But if you want a copy of this, just email me and let me know. If you want a copy of the website where you can request home use SnagIt, email me and let me know. If you want, there was another thing. If you want the updated version on your MCC laptop, put in a ticket asking for SnagIt 2023. And I don't think it's here. I think it's in, oh, look, I found it. Now, how did I find it? That's the question. I think I'm going to leave that one open and I'm going to start over. I went to the main America's College website. I did a search for TIC, the TIC. I went here. And then I went to the Teaching Technology Innovation Center, the TIC website. And right up here, I went to Media and Technology, and SnagIt is right there. Every time I find it, I go, oh my gosh, that's so easy. I should be able to find that every single time without making a note. And of course, every time I try to find it, it's like, where did I find that again? So this is what you do. Just email Shannon McIntyre. And she will, that's for home use only, if you want this for home. Otherwise, you're going to submit, I wonder if that works. Submit a help desk ticket. Oh, that's the old one. I hope, is Eric still here? He's going to yell at me if he sees that. Okay, no, he's not here. I will update that right away. Okay, any other questions? All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording. And I'm gonna stop the share. I think I stopped the share, not the recording. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.